You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Hello everyone, it's your faithful Amanda Splatts. It's the author, actually. I always like to distinguish that the writing streams and the wrap-up show are always the author. I use Amanda's voice and Amanda's likeness, because Amanda's the protagonist. But I'm thinking maybe not using Amanda's likeness for the wrap-up shows, just to kind of drive home that this is the author. So this is Sledding game. We're supposed to do Blackjackist, so I can play some Blackjack while I do the wrap-up show. But like Sledding game's demo, like little Next Fest demo, it's still going on. It was supposed to wrap up with Next Fest, but I believe it was like the 12th most played demo of Next Fest. So they extended it. I want to stay in this comfy little world as long as I can. So I'll be doing comfy little things, comfy little snow things. Drinking hot chocolate with a little penguin. While we do the wrap-up show. The wrap-up snow. Gonna be a little chunky, but I don't expect doing actual much movement. This is just a bunch of cute little vistas, and maybe I'll play a little bit if I got some time. Got work in there, like I'm doing the split shift, so that's what I'm doing in the middle. So, you see the banner at the bottom left-hand corner. Well, we got like 16 things to talk about today. Not going to spend too much time, because like I said, I got 2 hours max here. But I did want to touch on, first of all, February 21st was Mother Tifi's birthday. My mentor, Tifi Weefy, advocate for disabled rights. She's currently finishing up college. She wants to go into psychotherapy. She has cerebral palsy, an advocate for disabled rights. Very comfy VTuber. I knew her long, long before Amanda Splatts ever existed, and it's my honor that she's able to put up with my shit as long as she has. And I'm absolutely... So it's like, I was that new at same time to I was just gonna stop by TV stream after Jawoon, like, although it could take me to like midnight, that'll wreck me for the Sunday stream the next day. Luckily, Mother Tifi went live early, like around lunch or so, before the collab with you, so I was able to say hi. She's been doing this for years, it is just so heartening to see someone who's got as much passion as she does, especially with all the health problems she's been having and continue to have. She's still recovering from surgery. But here's Mother Tifi. Yeah. Ooh, marshmallows. So the first actual stream of mine was the show. I stopped doing Saturday nights a long time. No one watches, no one cares. But Saturday night was both me and one good, so to speak. It had been a very long time to hang out with Juwan. It was fucking. He never played screen, because he was going back in his blackjack arc for a moment. Trying to stuff and everything. Beat to that, and something like $1,600, so that's fucking great. It was cool hanging out. Like, there's so many VTubers, and I feel so bad that I can't hang out with all of them. That I can't give all of the attention they do. It's not enough. Because I only stream like your league twice a week stream days. So it was cool. If you only hang certain VTubers stream, I don't think like we hate each other or anything. Like, it's not enough hours in a day. I can't be Karam alone. I can't have 6, 7, 8 collabs in a week to show how I hang out with all these amazing fucking people. I gotta do. Oh. Oh. Shit. My bad. Come on. hungry. And before that, though. Next one is... Obviously, I actually gonna freeze while I keep pulling up the next thumbnail. That's Sunday. 2/22, March 22nd. Ooh, s'mores. March 22nd. After this was one of the games I wanted to play ever since the very start of the channel. That's comfy. Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy VI, I believe, I like better. Final Fantasy VI is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Easily my favorite RPG of all time. Although Disco Elysium is a super close second. Super close second. The problem is, Final Fantasy VI would take like 80 to 100 hours to do. Because you gotta level up 14 characters enough with the Eidolons and everything. Customize every single one of their magic abilities. The World of Ruin is just full of an absurd amount of extra stuff. So as far as actually streaming a game, Final Fantasy IV sounded like a better idea. And on the 22nd, that was Act 1. I was hoping to do it in 4. It's not roasting very well. Maybe we'll roast better here. It seemed to be wrapped up in 4 little acts, or 4 like quarters, and that first quarter that day was from the beginning. Ooh, that's fine. Bon appetit. Try that again. It was from the beginning, where your paladin Cecil went to the City of Mist, accidentally blew everything up, read the orders from the corrupt king. Got new allies, saved the life of Rosa. And as you saw, he saved Rosa's life with the Sand Ruby. That's what I said. That's how important. That's how much Final Fantasy IV means to me. Sand Ruby is a reference to Final Fantasy IV. I named the second most important character on this channel after her. So, ended up getting episode 1 to the shores of Mysidia. I noticed a couple of massive changes in the remake. Couple of pretty massive changes. Number 1, the remake feels so much easier. Like, the major change in the remake was being able to run in the cities. That really helped. That helped take your time. But it doesn't seem to be as hard either. It doesn't seem like you're grinding nearly as much. There wasn't a ton of grinding in 4 anyways, but it felt like there was like a lot less anyways. And just felt easier. And it felt like it went a lot faster too. It was getting used to all the quote-unquote not new mechanics, like the darkness wave and everything. Because a lot of those abilities, character-specific abilities, were cut from the original Super Nintendo release when it was known as Final Fantasy II. So getting used to all those new abilities was a little weird to work through. I think I like Cecil's darkness ability, but it costs too much life. And it actually, like you said, the hardest part for me was the fight in Fabul, where it's like 8 or 9 different fights in a row with no healing. Because Rosa and Rydia are both indisposed. But it was good. It seemed like it was a lot easier to do. I did not get stuck. And it was great. I'm really looking forward. I'm looking forward to having it wrapped up before my birthday on the 22nd. But might have to do a marathon session. One marathon, because when I initially portioned out the FAQ that I'm using to 4 quarters, I did not portion out that the FAQ pushed some of the side content in its own section. So the last segment might have to be a marathon segment. That's fine though. I really don't mind spending extra time with it. It's just such a beautiful game, such an amazing game, and such an amazing story, and a story that's being told at trip hammer speed. It really did go fast. Like in 4 hours, we were already washed up on the shores of Mysidia, and we lost our entire party, and it was time for Cecil to redeem his dark soul. Beautiful. And the AI gens that have come out for the Final Fantasy ones, they've been coming out fucking amazing. They look absolutely beautiful. Of Amanda, both as a Dark Knight and as a redeemed paladin. And then that evening afterwards, I didn't know how late the 661 was going to be, because I didn't know how grindy Final Fantasy IV was going to be. It wasn't grindy at all. Not grindy at all. It's taking a while to roast this one. Like, apparently a green ring shows up, and you gotta let go right before it turns red, otherwise that's yuck. I'll live with it though. So... The 661 is something that I talked about in a previous episode, where one of Sandy's multiple lives was Julia Impastore. Kind of a mover and shaker in the 50s. Story. About that chronically seen. Rotten, she is the god of, or the emissary rather, of the gods. And Mahavre is rotting and dying, and she's rotting and dying. So... Ooh, fuck. I'll eat it. I'm not gonna waste food. I'm not gonna waste food. Don't care. Not gonna waste food. So I wanted to do something with Sandy, because you notice she hadn't had a stream since December, and this was February 22nd. She hadn't had a stream since, so that was just a couple of gorillas, a couple of road tests. I want to do more character stuff. I have not done a lot of character stuff recently. I've almost kind of abandoned the story and relegated it to the writing streams. And I feel bad about that. I want more to do with the story. Oh, it's on fire. Wow, baby. Oh. I have not mastered the s'mores. So I wanted to do more stuff with Sandy. Perfect. I think that's enough for today. I don't want my sugar levels to go up too high. Let's just sit for a little bit. So yeah. So what Sandy's gonna do now, you saw her new outfit with Chinese dress, Chinese kimono with the black dragons. Her color palette going from red and white to red and black, because kind of that shows that she's kind of reverting to her old ways as Julia Impastore. That kind of goes to Amanda too, looking at the outfit she's wearing now with the Hawaiian shirt. We'll probably dig into that into the story next couple months. But yeah, Sandruby's kind of reverting into Julia right now. She's doing the 661 for now on. The old nightclub, she's got it revamped and moving again with the past the town. Some of whom former soldiers of the army and and I think that it's going to be a good position for Sandy. Like I was forcing myself to do a Sandy stream a month and include her a month, and that didn't make a ton of sense. I think I'm going to go ahead and relegate Sandruby streams to lore stuff. And I'm working on some lore stuff. I'm loving the lore. I'm inspired, man. Check out the writing streams this month. There's going to be more than one writing stream this month. That's how inspired I am. I'm going to start a new arc in April after what happens in March. And I'm gonna, as far as Sandy streaming, that's gonna be relegated to gorillas and stuff. Gorilla special events, or if anyone thinks they got the guts to collab with her. Played some Balatro. Yapped with a couple people in chat. Malone and Choco stopped by. That was cool. They always want to put up with my shit. I don't know why. I'm a horrible fucking person. Speaking of putting up with my self-indulgent bullshit. World Extreme Battle Pro PLE number 11 was on Wednesday. Wednesday, February 25th. Case in point. The 11th PLE for World Extreme Battle Pro, my Fire Pro Federation. Follow up from the Revachol Rumble, where we open up all those cases. Now, I was agonizing. I was honestly agonizing. When I got the 7 different briefcases, I was wondering, do I randomize what each case is, or do I just go ahead and book it? Because I know no one else is going to fucking care whether the cases are randomized or not. No one else is going to care. Why do I care so much? Because I want randomization to be an important part of World Extreme Battle Pro. Not controlling the outcome. Because it makes it more interesting for me, too, as a watcher. So, in the end, though, I did go ahead and... The obvious choice was to give my Vice Mentor the shots at Sextet. Hishi Akabono, actually, I was fucking surprised. Hishi put up a hell of a fight against Geese. Geese is an absolute monster. Like, it's gonna be, like, whoever ends up taking him down to win the World Heavyweight title back is gonna be a hero. Geese has been on an absolute tear. And huge events with the tag team titles. Massive events. Where Takamori, Morikalapi Takanoshi Kiara. Where, with the whole rolling for injury thing. Where I'll actually roll, after a show, if someone gets knocked out, I'll roll 2d6. Doubles, it's a legitimate injury. They're going to be out for that amount of months. Roll 7, it's a storyline injury. So, Kiara was out with a bruised orbital bone. Only out one show. And CM Punk substituted for her. Undertaker... Now, this is the big reason I wanted to make stables. Is that so people could interfere. Undertaker interfered in the match. And that RNG is chosen by the game. I set it to low, I believe. And so even though Undertaker helped Punk and Mori, ended up losing the tag titles to Bar Windfish, Yui Ren and Yui Ron. I'm so fucking happy that Yui Ren and Yui Ron are procking off like they are. Problem is, it's kind of hard to write them because there is almost no source material. You get very brief character blurbs for the Fallen Angels in the reading material of what the Bar Windfish is, what Eden, New York is. There's very little lore, so I've got to make a lot of it up. It's great when I can, but it also means the well kind of runs dry here and there. Yeah, they are the tag team champions. Bar Windfish again. The faces have the belts now, and the power of the Howard Corporation gets stronger and stronger. I'm really liking where things are going in this federation. I'm really liking it. And like I said, wrestling is one of the things that keeps this channel going at Fire Pro. Even though it's just me yelling at video games, playing itself for several hours a week, or several hours a month, I'm just so happy that I'm able to get it going finally. And that Wednesday afternoon, after Case in Point, I don't think Case in Point went horribly long after that. I think I'm gonna walk around a little bit while I gather my thoughts. Because that collab was a collab and a half. Holy shit. So I initially just wanted to play Buckshot Roulette. I thought Buckshot Roulette would be a cool game. Cornhole! Cornhole. I'm surprised they don't have pickleball. Shuffleboard. Well, they got curling. That's kind of like shuffleboard. So it was me, Malone, of course. Well, Star, Denmac, and the people. First time in a long time that I got to collab with the people. When we played Gentleman's Dispute. This over-the-shoulder FPS shooter game. And Denmac was playing in a way that tanked my fucking computer. He apologized for it, of course. He's a cool guy. But I couldn't even play half the fucking game for like 20 minutes. I don't like first-person shooters. I really don't. It's not my genre. I'm nothing against them. I don't hate them. Just not my jam. I played it. You become a streamer. You start playing a lot of shit you don't like. Just as a collab thing. Like, I know eventually someday I'm gonna have to pop the seal on fucking Minecraft. I know. Eventually. And I don't look forward to it, but it's experiences, it's opportunities to do stuff with some amazing people. Like I said, this journey. Like, that's why I have people with, like, in the last couple weeks, Limone and Jawoon and Sealy. People I haven't collabed with in a really long time. I dedicated the last couple weeks to trying to get in touch with them. Like Peewo, I haven't had collabed with Peewo in the longest fucking time. Although I didn't actually plan to have Peewo as part of the collab, that kind of fell into my lap. That was Malone's doing. That was cool that he did. So yeah, we Gentlemen's Dispute for a few hours, and then Buckshot Roulette for a couple. Buckshot Roulette's a really weird game. A lot of probability and social deduction. Item management. Surprising amount of RNG. It's great. And it's real easy to screw people over too. It's great. So it was cool hanging out with Malone. Always cool hanging out with Malone. It was cool hanging out with Denmac again, and here, this one's for Peewo. People. Yeah. I feel more comfortable with one-on-one collabs. I really do, but I know that a lot of people don't do those anymore. I really do feel more comfortable doing one-on-ones, but when you get a good group of people you know, it's cool. It is cool. Okay, so that was Wednesday. Thursday. Now, that Friday, the 27th, was Zosmus Tarkus' birthday. So I did not want to do any streams, my usual Friday matinee stream. Oh, I didn't do a thumbnail for this one. I just did a picture. So instead, I went live on Thursday afternoon as Sandy, and I just put up the words "or die." I used to do that all the time with Sandy, like put up an ominous title and an ominous picture, something that'll be disturbing, thought-provoking, and then it's just me playing a fucking Nintendo game, or Sandy rather. So I did crack open the 661 again, because I think that's what Sandy's role is going to be from now on, gorillas and stuff. Or maybe if I'm feeling particularly Menhera and can't be Amanda, I can still be Sandy. Is this where the... I think this is where the whole... Yeah, for the ice fishing. Here we go. I like the one in Lincoln. I don't know if the RNG is better here or not. Apparently the $10,000 you get... Or the $10,000 for the fishing pole is like some of the best money you can spend. Like you can get like stupidly expensive, like whales and stuff if you're good. Takes a couple of drops to get it in there now. There we go. Seems to do best when the camera's behind you. Gonna fish a little bit here and talk about skate or die. So skate or die. I knew skate or die and ski or die were not gonna take long. They're minigame compilations. I think I got some of the skate or die music stuck in my head, and I'm like, I've got 2 hours between my lunch break or my morning shift and my afternoon shift, kind of like I do today. Let's see if I can chunk out all 3 of these games, because I believe Skate or Die 2 was like the one that was actually a fucking video game instead of a minigame compilation. Only takes like an hour to beat if you know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing. So I went ahead. I'd forgotten that they butchered Rodney Dangerfield's face for the pictures of Rodney in Skate or Die and Ski or Die. And that skiing Rodney face was like fucking horrifying. Games or Die. Ski or Die controlled infinite. Ski or Die far, far better. Holy, much better. I think I got it. I thought I'd be able to finish it. I guess not. I got a little bass. Put that away. I'll sell these before I go up to. Yeah, it seems the best casting comes from like behind. Like I think it auto aims with like the cornhole and everything too. Like it just automates that you're facing upwards. So I finally get hang of the controls of Skate or Die 2 also. It was just those controls are kind of cryptic. Like you can assign a kick or a flip or a 180 or your spray paint or your eggs or your M80s to up and B, down and B, left, right, and B. The controls are kind of sludgy. The controls are sludgy in Skate or Die 2 because you start with the worst board. Once you buy better boards, the controls feel a lot better. So I didn't finish, but his fucking birthday up right. He had a whole ton of had the full Zosmus Tarkus years. This game is made like it feels like it. Like the way the UI is and everything, and the fact that there's this little fishing minigame kind of cements it too. Really does feel. Especially the UI when you buy stuff. The UI when you buy stuff. But yeah, Zoss was like, then he had his new model, which is actually a live 2D. I don't have the money for a live 2D. I'm not that talented, and I know no one would be able to buy one. I don't think I'd use one anyways. I'm proud of the little 3D models I have. And half the time I just had to use a PNG anyways because of this potato computer. But yeah, someone made one for Kara. Someone made one for Zoss. It's fucking great. Yeah, that they're getting so much love, man. Getting recognized. Really getting out there. So Zoss, he did some singing. He got a massive lore drop, and I called in, and then the P-Wool called in, and then I had to get back to work because like I had split shifts that day. It was so cool. He's exhausted. Little that. No one else calls them that. They're flavor affiliates or associates. I call them flavor savers because I'm gross. Yeah, it's great. I'm so happy to see Zoss doing what he's doing. And he said he was inspired by me to work on the lore, and that fucking honors me. I'm actually getting... Oh, no. Fucking great white shark. Oh, boy. The fact that they're completely flat, too. This really 100% feels like web fishing. And if so, I'm happy because web fishing was an amazing game. Web fishing was just brilliant, and I loved it. And I'm sad that it hasn't been updated in a very, very, very long time. So if this is a spiritual success of the web fishing, I'm all for it. So yeah, I guess it's like, I don't, a lot of the times I don't think about the things I'm doing, things I'm putting out. I'm thinking about what do I want to leave behind when I die. Or when I end up having to quit doing this. And I want to leave behind a story. I want to finally finish a story in my life. I honestly thought, even as close as like a month ago, that I would be able to wrap up the story of Amanda Splatts. I don't wrap the story, so if it was more simple, I really want to stream next one. Just a little bit more fresh before we go on. I am going to get a little bit of air, don't worry. I'm going to get some sick air in my yellow inner tube. Let's do a little more fishing to get some dolans. Well, that's what's chonking things down. Windows Defender has decided. Windows Defender, how about you defend yourself for being a fucking asshole while I'm trying to fish? That's so fucked up. Let's start going to the lodge. Really good. So yeah, I'm on it. Whenever is like when Sensoka said I inspired him to do the streaming, or when Zoss inspired him to work on the lore. That's one of the reasons I want to talk to Juwun. Juwun inspired me to keep doing the lore after like people I trusted told me to stop, and that nobody cared about lore anymore. I care about lore anymore. That's enough. But I haven't been doing lore for a while, and I want to go ahead and lean back into it over the next couple months. Grilling. Well, now it's chonking a little bit. That's not going to be any good. But yeah, I want to leave about what I leave behind, because whenever I quote-unquote graduate or fucking die, I want to keep the channel up. So, you know, hey, maybe someday someone will find out. And I've done that before. I found out a great channel or a great VTuber, great streamer after they've already graduated or passed away. You know, it's about leaving behind a story. Like I said, y'all are not coming into the beginning of a story with Amanda Splatts project, the Mojave project. You're coming in on the end of one. But I hope to give you like the most entertaining one I can. Well, before we go to the live, go ahead and see what's the next one to talk about. But yeah, I'm honored. Azaz, I know you're one of the few guys who regularly watches the wrap-up show, man. If you're watching, man, thank you for, like, including me into that world. Okay, next up. Final Fantasy. I was originally going to do Baroque and Final Fantasy, alternate between them. But considering that I can, like, do a quarter of Final Fantasy in, like, 4 or 5 hours, I figured I will just do 4 episodes of Final Fantasy 4. And then just finish the game and be done with it before my birthday on the 22nd. That was the plan. $860, $250. 25,000 just for the one shark. That's a lot. Holy shit, that's a lot. Get a shark or a whale. It's 28,610 from a few seconds of fishing. They are right. The fishing is kind of broken here. I'm gonna have to do some fishing though, because I really want to get the I'll show you. It's not in the demo, but they got a shopping cart. I want the shopping cart. I want to be Van Marcheri and Jackass. Might be cool to have this boat though. The boat might be cool. I like the inner tube for now, though. Inner tube. So yeah, it's time to see if I can walk and yap at the same time. Tippity tap of his feet. Oh, that's so cute. Normally I'd take the cannon to get up the mountain, but it's the wrap-up show thing. Well, yeah, I'm taking the ski lift. So next week, next Sunday was Final Fantasy IV Part 2. Starting in Mysidia and going to the halfway point of the game, which was the Dwarven Kingdom. Going underground for the first time, getting to the Dwarven Kingdom. And that's the first time, like, I actually got my first couple total party kills. One, some random enemies on the coast. And a couple from the Elf King, the guy who's the throwback to Final Fantasy 1, the elf guy who stole the crystal. He's a throwback to Final Fantasy 1, actually. The Dark Elf. First time I got a couple of TPKs, but that's fine, because Hella, my healer, kept getting hit by pig status. And I didn't have anything to cure pig. So just had to rush him down, power him down quickly. And it happened, and the story continued. Cecil cast off the darkness in his soul and became a paladin. He got his soul right, it's great. He saved Rosa. Rosa kept getting kidnapped again and again. It's bullshit. Kane turning on the party, hanging out with Golbez, then coming back. Kane's a bit of an asshole. I don't think I like Kane. And yeah, commencing with the fight with violates, Barbarizia. I really do not like. I said the fight with Barbarizia kind of displayed how much I hate the active time battle. Active time battle mode. Is there a quick way to get up here so another ski lift, or just gonna have to walk? I'll walk. I shouldn't chunk out the stream too much for a walk. A little sip of my hot chocolate. Well, that takes you back. Yeah, I love the game. I love the story. Wasn't grinding too horribly much. I didn't die to Asta or the elf because I was under leveled or anything, because I was weak, or because of the stupid gimmick. Because a lot of the bosses in Final Fantasy IV are puzzle bosses. You had to figure out what to do. I died because my healer kept getting hit with a status that didn't let him heal. That was the important thing. And then the last fight with Barbarizia made me hate, like, showed me why I hate the active time battles, because you're supposed to only be able to do damage to her when she's out of her hairspin, and you knock her out of her hairspin by using Kane's jump. But then she switches into her hairspin after you've put your instructions in. It's like, oh, you have to jump on her, you have to jump on her, you have to jump. I'm trying to jump on her. I had put those controls before she started spinning. And that reminded me, like, it happens with the battle with the Mist Dragon also. But the big thing is with Barbarizia, it just really pissed me off and reminded me why I hated the active time battle system. I really do prefer just straight up one-on-one, just straight up turn-based. But yeah, we are now at the halfway game, at the point of the game. We have gotten underground and we're looking for the 4 other crystals. Like, Golbez has the 4 crystals, but there are 4 more crystals. And normally I would say that's bullshit. That, oh, there's another 4 crystals we can pull out of our ass. But no, there is precedent for that. There are 4 dark crystals in Final Fantasy III. And you do need all the light crystals and the dark crystals to fight the cloud of darkness and do any damage to it. So yeah, I'll give it a pass on that. But yeah, this Sunday when the story continues, it will be Final Fantasy III. Starting underground from the halfway point. Looking for, there was one really good point where you could just jump. I think the set where you could just jump off and make a lot of easy points. Because I'm currently grinding for. I hope the points carry over from the demo because I really want that shopping cart. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit while I finish that. So I actually had to bust my ass to get to the halfway point in time. Because I had a little extra stream. Pull that up now. I did 3 streams in one day, and I also did. Because most of the Next Fest demos died when Next Fest died. Next Fest died on Sunday, or Monday morning, 10 a.m. So I had to do Saturday night, or Sunday night, rather. I'd already had a stream planned with the Sealy gang doing Dokapon Kingdom. Oh, we'll get to that fucking shit show in a minute. Holy fuck. But yeah, I went ahead and forced myself to just do like 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes of Next Fest demos. And I'm happy I did because I found Sledding game. Comfiest little game ever. Also got Vampire. I still want to dig into the Vampire Crawlers demo. Because 10 minutes isn't nearly enough, I think. It's Vampire Survivors, but it's a first-person dungeon crawler. I'm really looking forward to that. Like, it ran pretty well on my computer. And it looks a lot of fun. It really does feel like Vampire Survivors. Like, even with a little 10 minutes that I gave it, it really did feel like Vampire Survivors. It feels great. And you see there's Sledding game. Pocket Flight, which is a very simple flight sim. Cute, I liked it. Rollick and Roll, which is this cute little car toy / puzzle. Neat. Pegonomics, which is like Balatro with Peggle. Air Hockey Simulator, exactly what it says on the tin. So yeah, some good games, some great games, some shit that didn't even work. I will say though, of the like 3 hours or so I did, obvious the top picks were Vampire Crawlers and Sledding Game. I will also reiterate that for anyone who's asking. I love Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium is one of my favorite games of all time. I have no interest in Zero Parades. It may be made by the same company, but it's not made by the same people. And apparently it looks to ape Disco Elysium style. Because it's the same company, but they forced out the guys who actually made Disco Elysium. And the writing is what really made Disco Elysium. If you're just going to try to copy its writing, I'm not interested. So, no. I will not be playing the Zero Parades demo, and I don't think I'll be playing Zero Parades, period. Because the whole shit that the people who created the game had to go through, just no. I have no interest in supporting that anymore. So yeah, it was like back in the bad old days when I did 3 streams in a day at once. Except this one. Third one was fucking horrible. Fucking torture and death. With Sealy and his buddies. I'm gonna need some hot chocolate for this one. Is there a hot chocolate? I'm gonna need some fucking hot chocolate for this one. So I had been looking around for a while. A long while. To do Dokapon Kingdom with someone. And I'd asked Sealy, like, Sealy was one of the guys like Jawoon and Piwo and Lamone, where I wanted to collab with people I haven't collabed with for a long time. And it's like, okay, yeah, he knows. I've remembered him talking about Dokapon Kingdom before. And he said, hey, would you like to do the campaign? He said, okay. I couldn't find anyone else to play it. Like, Malone wasn't interested. I don't think anyone else I talked to was interested. Here we go. This is where I usually do it. Put a marker down here. I had very happy memories of Dokapon Kingdom when I was younger. Me and my old high school friend Yusuf played through the whole campaign together. But we had a rule that nobody accessed Weber. Nobody touched Weber. And in this game, I was doing great. I kicked the shit out of everyone. Sealy and Mokamint and Mike. For like the first whole chapter. Same with that dumb dog from eating a mushroom. And then they started ganging up on me. Like, they kept using the foot swords and the paralysis and kept trapping me in the fucking castle for like 20 turns. And I still broke through and was able to continue the story. And then, one of them just summoned Satan. One of them crawled up Satan's booty hole. And became a Darkling and fucked things up for everyone else. I really do not like the Weber mechanic. I hate the fucking Weber mechanic. Because it's cheap and it's if someone's doing too bad, if someone's in 4th place, Weber will talk to him and make him an all-powerful Satan. I hate it. It's a stupid mechanic, and when me and my old friend Yusuf played it, it was barred. Neither of us were allowed to be Weber. And we did the whole campaign that way. Obviously, that's not going to happen here. Because thanks to Mike choosing to crawl up Satan's butt, he's now in 1st place and I'm in 3rd. When I was in 1st place for the longest time. Because it was great for a couple hours. The game was great for a couple hours. But then after a while, once I started getting ganged up on and everything, it felt like agony and started to question a lot of things. It fucking hurt. We're going to be doing that every other week till we finish the damn campaign. It's going to be at 5 every other week. It was just 6 that one night because one of the guys was not able to get out home early enough. But for now, it's going to be 5 every other week. So the next episode is going to be The 15th. Like right after I finish Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, because it'll be the third episode of Final Fantasy IV this Sunday. And then I'm hanging out with Elf. I think I'm going to go long with Final Fantasy IV this week just to make sure next week I can end it for my birthday before the Sealy collab. Yeah. Like I said, Dokapon Kingdom was great till it fucking wasn't. Hell of a time, though. That's how you win. That's how you win, though. That's how you win. Totally get it. And like I said, it's cool that it's hanging out with Sealy again and meeting his friends. I'm trying to reach my sphere of influence outside of FlaVR. Meet cool people outside of FlaVR. And I'm happy that Sealy and his friends are obliging. And it'll be easier enough to corral those fish, quote unquote, to get 4 people together every couple of weeks. Because Mocha and Mike are his mods, I believe. So they're going to be around anyways. And that brings us to Wednesday, the 4th of May. And hanging with Malone. I feel bad taking up Malone's time. I really do. Even though we started about the same time. Like I started about 2 months after he did. He belongs to the world now, man. He belongs to the world. He's doing like 6-7 collabs a week. So I'm like, I was honored that he would, like, he came out during my little normal 7 a.m. slot. My usual slot that I have to myself, I opened it up for him, and I'm honored that he took it. And we just yapped. Tried to be as chill as possible. I don't think I succeeded. But we just yapped about things. I aired out some of my brain worms. He talked about stuff that's important to him. And we played like 45 minutes of sledding game. I'm so happy that Malone is doing so well, man. And I'm happy that even after all this, after he's like doing 7-8 collabs a week, with all these amazing people really moving up, getting monetized and everything, he still makes time for you faithful Amanda Splatts. I'm fucking happy about that. And I give Malone all the credit in the world, man. And I hope I can pay that forward to other streamers, like Chocominato, like Sensoka, like Zosman Starkus, that I can help them out in the way that I've been helped out. We have not had a new member of FlaVR, though, in a very long time. Several months now. I don't know whether the hype has died off, or it's because access to the document where the FlaVR characters has kind of been cut off. Although Malone says he has the URL, I kind of want to popularize it again. I kind of want to see if any of this new influx of fans could be inspired to try to do it on their own. So I'll have to look about getting to that document that had all the characters on it. I call it the Dead Sea Scrolls because I'm trying to be cool. So yeah, Malone, it's always got as long as it's possible, and he's willing to make time for me. I want to keep doing salted caramel. Not every week or every other week as it used to be, but as often as possible, because Malone's one of the big reasons I'm doing this. I'd say one of the top 3 reasons. Him, Mother Tiffy, and Choco. Alright. And so that felt good. That was nice and comfy. You know what's not comfy? Baroque. Oh my god, Baroque was fucking weird. Like, I know Baroque is weird, period. Baroque is fucking strange, period. But that session was horribly strange. So there are certain objectives, and I know every single objective you have to do to get the actual ending of the game. So it just doesn't have a miraculous loop again and again and again every time you reach God at the bottom. I believe you can actually make it through the game without shooting God in the face. So I got upset the second stream because all I did was got Eliza her water. Promised Eliza I'd get her some pure water, and 4 hours, no progress. I was willing to go 12 hours that night. Well, I probably would have fucking passed out beforehand. But I started early because I was willing to go 12 hours. I was willing to go a stupid long amount of time. Luckily, I got 4 hours in with no progress. 4 hours, not a lick of progress. And then I get the weirdest run of my fucking life in that game. I get the sword that cuts your XP in a quarter, but it goes up a level every level. Plus, I get the invincibility brand, which makes me invincible for like 5 seconds when I run to floor. That is a build that is specifically built for not leveling up, not killing enemies, and just running and fucking running. So that was actually perfect. So I just still through, like, I think it took 40-45 minutes to get that run finished. Yeah, oh god, that was the weirdest. And then I fucked it up like an idiot. Because the growth sword resets when you unequip it. It resets when you take it off. I had to take it off so I could use the angelic rifle to shoot the big block guys, the giant face wall block things on like floor 10, I think it is. Take them down with one shot. That's why I was using the angelic rifle. But to use the angelic rifle, I had to equip it, which means I had to unequip the sword, and that procced it down to 0 again. Luckily, I still had a level 5 sword, which is still pretty good. But I was horribly underleveled. So, like, due to pure RNG, pure luck, good kiting, and resource management, pure fucking luck, after 4 hours, within a very quick time frame, I saw the impaled Archangel. I got to the bottom of the nerf tower. I confronted God. I hugged God. I redid the heat death thing. I killed Neck Thing. I gave his idea Sephiroth to the Sentry Angel. Sentry Angel died. I killed all my clones. I got my own pure water. I gave my own pure water to Eliza. So 4 hours of doing nothing, and then like a half hour of hitting literally more than half the objectives you need to get the ending. So I believe everything you need to do now can be done in one more run. Hey, Clanker, thanks for stopping by, man. We're getting towards the end. I'm already up to Sunday. Oh, no, Wednesday. Yeah. No, that was Wednesday. That was Wednesday. Doing strength weights just a little longer. Man, I'm leaving in a little bit, man. I believe you can do it, though. If you need energy, if you need power, check out Violent Fighting to Come Again pay-per-view a couple hours ago. If you need that fighting spirit. Although I might end up spoiling it for you in a little bit. I believe in you, Clanker. I fucking believe in you, man. But yeah, Baroque was fucked up. But I do want to finish now the bottom floor has gone from being floor 13 to floor 21. And there are thanks, no problem, man. There are more things you have to do. Like I said, I've gotten up to the point. The last one I did was give Eliza my idea Sephiroth. Now here's the thing. That lucky run I had with the growth sword and the invincibility brand, I can't do that again. Because for the final run, you cannot use the angelic rifle. You have to have the angelic rifle onto you. You have to give it to someone. But you can't use it. So there's a thing I have to do on floor 10. A thing I had to do on floor 12. A thing I had to do on floor 15. A thing I have to do on floor 16. And then I had to make it to floor 21. Now, if I hit any of those checkpoints on 10, 12, 15, or 16, or I believe the one on 15, it would just make it to 16. um, then that carries over if I die. But if I get a really lucky run, if I get really lucky, I could feasibly end Baroque on my next run. But it'll take twice as long because now the bottom floor is 21. But yeah, so we're finding out more. Like there was, our protagonist was supposedly um, responsible for the Great Heat event when God nuked the world and made everyone horrible creatures and shit. It sucks. But we'll find more. There's always more to the story. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do Baroque and was so happy it got translated after decades and decades. That the Saturn port actually got translated. Because the Wii, I think the Wii and PS2 port is bullshit. They fuck up the story. They make it normal anime weeaboo looking instead of the gritty religious type that the original had. So I have no interest in playing Zero Parades, and I have no interest in playing the Baroque remake. I'm happy with the original as. So I want to do Baroque again before the end of the month. But I want to try to finish that in Final Fantasy IV. That way, in April, I can go ahead and clear out the RPGs, all the RPGs I've been working on, and start Fallout New Vegas. That's the last big one I want to start. All right, one more stream to talk about, and that's this morning. I wanted to do 2 WebPs a month for a little while. But this month, I have other plans because of my birthday and everything. So, I had to be really quick with the show. Like, I taped the show, Violent Fighting to come again on Monday. And it's basically a King of Fighters tournament. 3-on-3 elimination tag tournament. Like, I played it this morning and I found out like only 2 people had watched it, but it's like a Friday morning 7 a.m. pre-tape thing. A little over 3 hours, which is actually kind of perfect. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the last pre-tape WebP for a while. I wanted to do 2 shows a month. 2 shows a month. To set up storylines, set up the roster draft, and set up the stables. Now that the stables are all set up, I don't feel I need to do 2 shows a month anymore. I just need to do the title matches, the number 1 contendership matches for next month, and a couple little special grudge matches. Maybe an occasional tournament if I need some filler. But basically, I'm not... Even though this is the wrap-up show, Violent Fighting to come again, I'm not going to go ahead and spoil what happened, because the show only went up a few hours ago. You can check it out. I will say, though, I was not surprised by the result. When I think about it, when I really deeply think about who won the tournament, I was not surprised with it. Plus, the main thing is, we do set up the World Heavyweight title match and the Tag Team title matches for the next PLE, which will be on the 18th. It's going to be both sides now. Sextet Synthesis 3. World Heavyweight title match, Tag Team title match, and the Sextet. First time that the Sextet, my version of the G1 Climax, first time that the Sextet was ever for the Tag Team. So it's going to be really long. It's going to be going pretty fucking long. That's why, the stream I'll be doing I still don't know what I'm going to do in the afternoon. I don't know when I'll be doing. Oh no, that'll be my birthday week. I'm not going to talk about my birthday week right now. I got special shit planned for that. But you're going to have to wait for that shit. I always take several days off around my birthday at work. They know me. They know I do it. They don't mind. Because it's late in March. It's a weird period. Not a lot is going on in late March. Last year I burnt myself out after my birthday. I did 13 streams in 10 days. I burnt myself the fuck out. This time I want to do some special stuff. But I also need to take care of my health. and like a family member was recently in the hospital. I had to help take care of them as well. So I want to do cool stuff, but it's just gonna have to be quality, not quantity this time. You understand? And that actually covers it. It's nice, a little bit more than an hour. Give me a chance to get a quick nap before lunch. But before I go, check this shit out. Spins. No, wait, I fucked that up. No, that's the wrong handle. I fucked it up. Hold on. Okay. Spins off of that peak. Get 3 off of this one. Another couple off of this one. Go down this way. Aim for one of those rocks so I can get a little more. Don't know if there are any other ways to get tricks. Oh yeah, the curling pond. That was fucking weird. I think they're still working on the physics of the scam. The dude was bugging out something fierce. So yeah, I got over 100,000 points. I hope progress keeps up. I hope progress carries. Because that shopping cart is like 345,000. And if progress carries, I am willing to do a whole stream where I just jump off that mountain again and again and again to grind for points. Although it looks like getting the fish is a far easier way to do it. That was an epic combo. I think that deserves some hot chocolate. I think that deserves some hot chocolate. Marshmallows. Marshmallows. Well, you gotta pick up the cup before you put the marshmallows in. Get something nice and scenic at the top for the end. There we go. So that's a wrap-up show. Okay, so quick notice about the next wrap-up show. I was originally going to do the Black Jackets. Black Jackets is going to be the next wrap-up show. The next wrap-up show is going to be next Tuesday. Normally they're every other Friday in my Friday spot. No, it's going to be next Tuesday. Like about 12 days from now. Because Wednesday the 18th. I am starting my birthday celebration. I will have more information then. I do not want to say anything now. But I am working on stuff. Well, fuck. But yeah, this Sunday, more Final Fantasy 3 or Final Fantasy 4. And then I will be hanging out with Elf. Me and Elf are going to be playing Idle Showdown. We're going to have an open lobby. So stop by. If you want to play him, we're probably going to play a little bit ourselves first. Then we're going to have an open lobby and other people can play too. Throw down if you want to throw down. That's the wrap-up shot. Gonna leave you with this little dude doing his little penguin thing. Living his best penguin life. Clanker, thank you for stopping by. Lurkers, VOD Watchers, Second Screen Saints. Birthday's coming up on the 22nd. I got a couple special things planned. Just, I'm not going to be around nearly as much as I was last year. So please accept the quality over the quantity. And I thank you for bearing with me as long as you have. And be faithful, Amanda Splatts. Let's see if I can raid into someone. See who's going right now. Who's going right now? Let's chunk out the stream even further by opening up Brave. Because it looks like sledding game is like fights in tight spaces. It's barely cool enough to stream. Like, barely able to stream it without completely chunking anything out. It's right at the border. Who's live? Who's live right now? I'm live right now. The Law and Order channel is live right now. That's fucking strange. Huh. Huh. Never mind then. I will see you Sunday. Got some good stuff this month. Get fun stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. I am your faithful Amanda Splatts. I am the author. And this is the Amanda Splatts Project. Yeah, have a good day.